on? Hey everybody, it's your boy Terry. If you can't hear me, it's very windy over here at the old Rio station. I'm facing the classic karaoke conundrum. You could spell all three of those with a K, but the initials of that might not play too well. Anyway, stupid joke. Right here, if you can see over my shoulder, you probably can't. Anyway, that's where my setup is. And right next there is the closest table. And 4 weeks out of 5, someone's always sitting at that table when I come in. Now, I understand restaurants' tables, you got to turn them, that's how they make their money. I have no problem with that. But it's just a little frustrating when you show up on time and get your gear loaded in. You kind of start giving the table looks like, hey, you guys going to be long? But I don't want to rush anyone. But then it's, well, come on, Terry, what time are you going to start? When my regulars get here, and sometimes the boss will pop over and say, Terry, it's 9:15, why don't you start it? Like, but there was a table, and I have to, and they don't want to hear it. They just want me to get started on time. Anyway, it's been a couple days, so I thought I would say hello. There's that brand spanking new Wawa over there. Look at that beautiful sign. This is your Friday night karaoke hello video while I'm waiting for table 1 to finish their, look like they were having scallops wrapped in bacon. Boy, is that yummy. I think the manager's talking to them right now and saying, hey, would you mind moving so this guy can get set up? I'm very much enjoying The Hangman, or just Hangman, the Faye Kellerman book that Wendy Rodelico gifted to me. About halfway through it, the mystery is starting to build up a little bit. It's a little meandery, but that's okay. It's my first time feeling this author out, so we'll see how it goes. As you know, we had another couple of Downton Stabby rehearsals this week that are, you know, every rehearsal we have, I feel a little bit better about the whole project. At first, I was kind of trepidatious. Is it going to play in that room? Did I cast it right? Did I hire the right actors? But it's going really well. All those worries were for naught. Now, we still have 2 more weeks to screw it up. In fact, Mr. Kevin Ebner and I went out prop hunting today. We found a few items at the local thrift stores and the Rite Aid. And we need a couple of pill bottles. If anyone has empty pill bottles they want to give me, that'd be great. If not, I'll use an empty vitamin bottle or something. But we went to the pharmacy. Hey, can we have some pill bottles to put our pills in? Maybe I should have prefaced that by saying, we're in a play in which there are pill bottles. But and the woman at Dollar General, we also bought some props. It was me and Kevin buying some pantyhose and a wine rack and a nice clock and a feather duster. She was giving us I said, please don't judge. These are all for a play. It was kind of a funny little moment. Had someone try to pull an IRS scam on us yesterday. I got as far as in my car, driving to a place to put money on a card. It's a long story, but I thought Catherine was on the phone to an actual IRS agent. She was on the phone to a company that was very much trying to scam us out of our little bit of remaining money. It's like, you know what? I'm not doing this. This all sounds kind of sketchy. And what'd you say your name was? It was a very, very South Asian Indian man named Peter Watkins. I'm not sure that was an actual name. Anyway, nothing much to talk about. I just figured I had a few minutes before setting up the old karaoke gear tonight. Come on out. This week is regular karaoke. Next week, the 20th, is a big party. Sorry, I'm not having a cigarette off screen at all. It's a big party for the 20th. It's going to be karaoke in the big room on the big screen. It's going to be just a regular big old like costume party, like a Mardi Gras kind of party, to introduce a number of new Cape May craft beers and the Rio Station's new Munchie menu, which is going to be, from that night on, the bar menu and the sort of post-dinner hour menu. If I know Rick Rutherford, it's the little Ricky, not the big... Sorry, they're both big. It's the younger Ricky, the son, not the dad, who owns the place. Young Ricky has been the executive chef here for a while. I eat here about twice a year, and the food is always fantastic. I always say we should eat here more. You should definitely eat at the Rio Station. Rick does a great job, and he's putting together like a new sort of gastro-pub-inspired bar munchie menu for the late-night crowd. And I can't wait to sample some of that. So that's next Friday, if you want to come out for that at 9 o'clock for the karaoke. And we go into the big dining room and we put the words up on the big screen. It's just a nice little event. They do a nice job here putting those things on. I do about 4 shows a year in that big room. It's like Christmas, Halloween, and a couple specialty events. We're talking about putting the Billy Joel, the Beatles band, in here for a show this year. Pardon me. I feel like I'm doing drugs or something. I'm not. It's just a regular little Marlboro Light. That's it. The play is coming along. I feel really confident about how things are going. We did our choreography the other night. This coming week on Tuesday, we're putting our lights and sound together. John Fullerton, our ace sound guy from down at Cabanas when we play our shows, is putting together a custom-made light tree for us. And we think we're going to get a control box, and he showed me the nifty app I can put on my iPad to control the sound from the stage. So I don't think I'm going to need a fifth or sixth person there to operate lights and sound. I think we're just going to do it from the stage, which could be interesting for the first show. If you're going to come to one, come to the first one, because it's going to... If you've seen any of my prior shows, you know the mistakes are half the fun. Of course, not in the moment, but afterwards, having a drink at the bar, it's always fun to talk about, hey, you messed that line up, and no, you didn't turn my lights on. Anyway, I want you all to have a happy Friday. I'll try and do a good night video. It's been a long few days. Drove up to Philly for an audition for a print ad that would pay about $6,000. I would see about $5,000 of that after agent's fees, if I get it. It's for a diabetes medication, because I guess I'm now of the age and stature in which I fit the profile for advertising diabetes medications. There's this stranger walking over there behind me. I don't know who it is. He's probably wondering why I'm talking to my phone like this. Anyway, that's it. Hope you're all doing well. Please, I really, really continue your continued support on the Patreon. Of course, feel free to share with your friends who you think might be interested in throwing a buck a month towards our theater and other endeavors. And looking forward to getting this show up and running. We are, it's either Sunday or Monday, Kevin and I getting together to record some test podcasts. We're going to see how that goes. We have a friend, an insider in the business, who's going to give us sort of a master class on how to do that kind of stuff. And then, of course, I just have to come up with content every week for 4 or 5 different podcasts, but that's what we're all going to be working out. Also, a surprise I didn't want to spoil earlier this week is my formerly famous column in Exit Zero magazine was called The Undertow. That has returned to the pages of Exit Zero, starting with this week's issue that's out. Came out yesterday. It'll be out until next Thursday. So you can pick one up. And it'll probably be the basis for one of my podcasts. So that's it. I'm getting surrounded by locals. Be good.